evening, Mr. and Ms. Internet and all our ships at sea. It is Wednesday, 5 o'clock Pacific time. It is time, once again, for the Freeway Forum, coming to you live and direct from the world-famous 405 freeway in beautiful, sunny Southern California. My name is Atari. I'll be your host for this freeform freeway guided tour, guided by you and your comments. Please feel free to say hello, join in the conversation, share this video with right now on every social media outlet. Bring as many people in here as humanly possible so that we can get a good, robust discussion going on. And discuss we shall. It is the weekend, or the week in the wake of Comic-Con. Comic-Con International, San Diego Comic-Con. The big, overly corporatized sort of celebration of the popular arts, as they say. San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, lots of people there, lots of people tired from it, I'm quite sure. I did not actually go this year. I had too much to do at home with the YouTubing and the getting ready to do this new gig, teaching classes and so forth. So did not get to go to San Diego, for better or worse. I mean, it is a crowded madhouse here in Comic-Con. So I think it's probably best that I avoided it, at least this year. Maybe next year. Maybe I'll go on a press pass next year. That'll be fun. It'll be entertaining. Anyway, so I want to know who your favorite comic book characters or superheroes. We started with superheroes, but we'll open this up to all comic book characters, heroes, villains, and otherwise. We got sidekicks and of course secondary and supporting characters and the normies and all them, you know. So I want to know who your favorite comic book characters and or superheroes and or villains and or whatever are. I'm sure we're going to have lots of good responses from this crowd. We are all quite the comic-centric folk. So I guess I'll get the ball rolling because I don't see any answers so far. You know, for me, it depends on what I'm really just going for. Classic. I love the Green Hornet. From the old funny pages, well, the funny books as they called them. Green Hornet was great stories. Great stories of the Green Hornet. You know, it's the millionaire do-gooder trope. You know, the moneyed individual bringing down organized crime. That sort of trope that led us into greats like Batman. John says Batman. He's trying not to say Batman, but he's just gonna go ahead and say Batman. So I know Batman's a fantastic answer because Batman is so diverse in his portrayals. Michael says Punisher and oddly the Joker. I'll let you explain that in just a minute, but let's talk about Batman here for a minute. I want to kind of expand on that. Batman kind of has this. He's so diverse throughout his history that you really have to narrow it down. Like I really want to expand on that. And I want to ask John, which era of Batman, which portrayal of Batman? Is it Frank Miller, Dark Knight? Is it like Killing Joke Batman? Is it the Adam West Batman, which is my particular fan? I am a huge fan of the Adam West Batman. Barbie just joined in. I'm sorry, Barbie. Chris Pratt is not a comic book character. He plays one on TV though, or in the movies. Chris Pratt is not a comic book character. I'm sorry. I know he's your favorite. But you're gonna have to be more specific than that. So I'm assuming you're talking about Star-Lord, and John says his wife is right there with Barbie, saying Chris Pratt, just screaming Chris Pratt. It's like, who cares what character he is? It's Chris Pratt. There's too many Chris's in the Marvel universe too, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. So I want to know favorite era of Batman. If Batman is your favorite character, which era or which story? Again, like I say, I grew up with the Adam West Batman TV series, and I had the VHS. I had a VHS copy of the 68 TV show. 68 was a movie. I had a VHS copy of the 68 movie that I just wore out watching it so much. I love that era of Batman. The goofy, Technicolor, silly era of Batman. Barbie says the 94-95 cartoon series, Batman animated series, was pretty damn fantastic. I will give you that. I really enjoyed that. That was sort of the other side of that. I got a little older and got into the cartoon series, and that really led me into later Batman, the comics. That really led me into the Frank Miller era of Batman. When I was late high school, getting into that with Dark Knight. What was it? Dark Knight Returns and Dark Knight Strikes Back, and I loved. Dark Knight Returns was, brilliant, but Dark Knight Strikes Back was just. It was so over the top late 90s satire that I love that. It just sits out. It stands out in my head as just one of my favorite comics of all time. Hush and Batman Year One. Okay, I'll give you that. Batman Year One's good. That sort of early, sort of quasi origin reboot story. That's great. I do like Batman Year One. Hush, I have not read Hush, so I cannot comment on that. Please tell us. Please, John, tell us a little bit more about Hush, so that we all may understand it. Barbie says Christian Bale nailed it with the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Batman Begins, yes. Dark Knight Rises, just I was okay. It was all right. I didn't like Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight was good. I really liked that. But Dark Knight Rises just felt kind of rushed. It felt a little contrived. It felt like it should not have been the end of a trilogy. Like it should have just been like Dark Knight Rises really should have been the second part of that trilogy. It should not have been part 3. It just ended on such a low note. But I understand why. It sort of storied out Bruce Wayne and Batman. It was getting too serious. It was getting too real. So they had to stop it. I guess I don't know. But I'll give you Nolan's first 2 Batman movies. They were brilliant. And looks like Michael agrees with me. Rises was terrible. Yeah, I was not a fan of Dark Knight Rises. I liked Bane. I liked that character, but I did not like that movie. That version of Bane was so much better than the previous cinematic incarnation of Bane, which was Christian Bale hated the suit. Yeah, I can imagine why. But yeah, who remembers the previous incarnation of Bane from Batman, and it was Batman and Robin, not Batman Forever. Yeah, Batman and Robin. Speaking of the older Batman movies, the 90s Batman, 80s and 90s Batman movies, animated Bane. I don't remember animated Bane. I really don't. capture. You know, as far as like the movie portrayals, honestly, my favorite Batman villain from those movies was Jim Carrey as the Riddler. I thought he was just absolutely brilliant. Of course, I have not seen it since I saw it in cinemas. Went down to Phipps Plaza in Atlanta to see that movie, and I could tell you stories about that.
That's weird, but you heard it. You heard it where you're thinking compared to the reason. Oh,
I'm sure. But Batman Forever with Val Kilmer as Batman. I liked it. I'm sorry, I liked that movie. And Jim Carrey was just awesome as the Riddler. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Doing his Jim Carrey. It's Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and I'm okay with that. I'm really actually okay with that. I thought he was brilliant. He played that insane kind of guy. He played that really well. I really enjoyed his portrayal, and I also liked. Speaking of Batman villains, what's his name? He's in like every Christopher Nolan movie. He played Scarecrow in the Batman Begins. He played Scarecrow, and he's in every freaking Christopher Nolan movie. And I can't think of his name right now, but he was. What's his face? What's that guy? He's in Inception. He's in like every Christopher Nolan movie, and I can't think of his name. And it's Cillian Murphy. Thank you, Cillian Murphy. I knew it was like a soft, he had like a soft consonant in his name, and that's all I could remember. It's a soft consonant. It's Cillian Murphy. Thank you. He's brilliant. I love watching him and stuff. And seeing him as the Scarecrow just worked, because he's just this kind of like wormy little guy. He's the 21st century version of Peter Lorre. To me, he is a 21st century Peter Lorre. He's probably in Dunkirk. I don't know. Haven't seen it yet. Is it a hard K? Oh, okay. So Cillian Murphy, huh? Okay. All right, I'll stand corrected there. Cillian Murphy. He is. I'm telling you, he is the Peter Lorre of our time, and that's not a bad thing. Peter Lorre was a brilliant actor, played brilliant characters, just did really well. He got kind of. He's the main character in Dunkirk. Of course, he's the main character in Dunkirk. He's in Christopher Nolan movies. Why not? Cillian Murphy, great actor. Just love watching him work. There's only a handful of actors that I just really enjoy what they do as characters, as character actors. Anyway, we're getting kind of off subject. We kind of like dropped into favorite Batman movies and the pros and cons of Christopher Nolan and Batman. But so I want more answers. What is your favorite comic book character? What is your favorite superhero villain? Jimmy Olsen is a viable choice if anybody likes Jimmy Olsen. Wolverine. Daniel says Wolverine. Of course you like Wolverine. Snickety. Shall I call you Logan Weapon X? Wolverine is a great character, especially in his solo comics. As you saw I'm sure everybody saw Logan, which is based on a Wolverine solo comic. I'm more of a Gambit fan. I like Wolverine. but I was always more into Gambit. I liked the way he just presented himself. Yeah, he didn't take crap from anyone. That's the same thing with Gambit, though. Gambit doesn't work well with others either, and that's what I like about him. He just does it with a little more flair. He works with others when it's convenient for him, and I like that about him. Alan says Superman, and he always dreamed of being Superman as a little kid. Who didn't dream of being Superman as a little kid? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't dream of being Superman, but Superman is a cool character. He got a little Superman. I had issues with Superman when I was younger. Like, he got a little too Boy Scout for me. He was just too easy. He was too much truth, justice, in the American way, and there wasn't enough conflict in his character. But going back and looking at reading like Red Sun, which is brilliant, by the way. Go back if you're a Superman fan. Go and read Red Sun. It's the alternative universe story of Superman if he had crash landed, if the big Kal-El had crash landed in Siberia instead of Kansas. And it's a really interesting reversal of the dynamics. So check out Red Sun. And I think what killed Superman for me was Super Friends. I think Super Friends just killed it for me. I just was not interested in Superman as a hero at that point because I just thought he was just too boring. Which, goes to say, Super Friends was boring, period. It was just a dumb show. Yeah, Superman in Super Friends was just not entertaining at all. And I'm sorry, but and to each his own. Superman is a cool character when he's done right. And I appreciate that about Superman. And I think he did not get good writers for a long time, but I think lately he's been getting better writers in the comics. So I'm all for it. So Superman, I missed a bunch of stuff here. TJ, my Uncle TJ, the author, is in here. What up, Tracy John? You said Iron Man, huh? Iron Man. Iron Man's a cool character too. He's another one of the rich guys with. He's another one of the kind of the rich guy with money. He's a rich guy of means that wants to give back to the community or give back to the world kind of thing. I like that. Okay, there we go. Now I'm back. So I like the character. I like the characterization of Iron Man. He's really cool. I admit I never got to the Iron Man comics, but I do enjoy watching Robert Downey Jr. as the Incredible Iron Man, and I think that's close as far as I'm aware. It's a close sort of portrayal there. I saw something about Alan Bellman. You're at a booth with Bellman? Jealousy. Because Bellman is freaking brilliant. Did Captain America? God, what else did he do? Did Bellman work on LXG? I think Bellman worked on LXG, but I'm not sure. I know Moore worked on LXG. So I can't remember. 1 through 200. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Super Friends was a pile of crap. Justice League cartoons are okay. I still say the best animated DC is Batman TAS from the 90s. Shinesman Moss Green. I don't know if that counts. That's anime. That's not. I don't even know if there's a manga for that. Oh, the Shinesman. I can't die. I have a date with Turkish twins. Oh my goodness. Thank you, CJ. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. Courtney says that Spider-Man is her favorite. I like Spider-Man. I go back and forth with it. Oh my gosh, you have an original. That's awesome! Holy crap, that's really cool. I'm sure he is. He's a freaking comic artist. All the comic artists I've met are really cool. Yes, derailing conversations. Good Lord. Shine's been salmon pink. Oh. What about sepia? Sepia. Oh, Michael says it counts. It counts. Oh boy. I like red because red's the best. Anyway. So oh, my montage! I must live if only to drive it once more. Oh my gosh. If anybody has not seen Shinesman, it's like impossible to find. I think I might have it. I'm not sure. You're gonna require some Google Foo to find it, but if you can find the anime OVA of the Shinesman, it's only 2 episodes, but it is ridiculous, and it is just a complete trope, send-up parody, spoof of the whole Super Sentai trope, the whole Super Sentai sort of theme, like Power Rangers and all of those, like Super Team kind of stuff, the old Japanese stuff. Spider-Man's cool. Second fave's X-Men 55 through 150, which are bragging much there, Teej. Which is okay. That's fine. You can brag. It's okay. We're all friends here. This is my cool uncle who collects comic books and writes novels, by the way. So if you have not seen me post about a novel called The Cathedral, head over to AirborneSurfer.com. In the search bar, type Cathedral, and you'll see my review of the novel. It's a fantastic read. Groovy, kind of, cyberpunky. It's almost Shadowrun-esque in a way. The way he handles the science fiction and sort of the technomancer kind of stuff really works. So that's good stuff. So go check out The Cathedral. There's your plug, Teach. Anyway. Alan asks, my favorite, oh gosh, I don't even know if I got to my favorite. I've been asking everybody else what theirs was, and we're talking about it. I'm kind of all over the map. I want to kind of stray away from some of the, the more well-known stuff. I'm a huge fan of The Rocketeer. Love The Rocketeer. I have every Rocketeer novel. I have most of them signed by at least one of the writers and or artist. So I love The Rocketeer. Of course, it was the movie that got me into it, and then I'm like reading the comics. I have them all in hardcover. It's fantastic. I don't know Mysterio. Are you talking about Mysterio from Spider-Man? The bad guy in Spider-Man? Yay! I'm in the will! Huzzah! Love you, Uncle Teach. Thank you. Anyway, John, are you talking about Mysterio, the Master of Illusion from the Spider-Man comics? I don't know. Let me know in the comments there. As far as superheroes go, like I said, the Rocketeer is brilliant. Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck is technically a comic book character because there is a Darkwing Duck graphic novel and there is a comic book series. Micronauts. I never read Micronauts, so I don't know. You'll have to tell me about that one. Darkwing Duck does have... Oh, South Park. I don't... Oh, no. Well done, sir. Yeah, I barely remember that storyline from South Park. Darkwing Duck does have a comic book, graphic novel. The Duck Knight Strikes Back. The Duck Knight Is it Duck Knight Returns? I don't know. Barbie's at the house right now. She could probably look on my shelf and tell me what the actual title is. It's hilarious. It really is. It's this very retrotacular kind of thing where it's Darkwing Duck is retired. Drake Mallard gets a job in an office. He's cubicle mates with Megavolt, and like hilarity ensues. And of course, Megavolt gets tired of working in an office. He's like, I'm gonna go back to being a supervillain. And then of course, Darkwing Duck gets involved, and it's brilliant. Dark Brooding. Are you talking about the cathedral? I assume so. Is it? Finally read John Carter. Technically, it had a graphic novel, so there's that. Yes, John Carter of Mars did have the comics, along with Edgar Rice Burroughs' other creation, Tarzan. I think his other. What was the other one that Edgar Rice Burroughs did? Edgar Rice Burroughs did John Carter of Mars and Tarzan, which were both, they both had comics back in the day. Daredevil's really cool. The movie was kind of terrible, but I hear that the new TV show is fantastic. Conan the Barbarian, that was it. Conan the Conqueror. Crawl the Conqueror, Conan the Barbarian. I enjoyed John Carter. I enjoyed Conan. I totally lost where I was I totally lost my train of thought here. Which is what happens because I'm paying more attention to the road than the conversation. So, Rom is dark and brooding. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry. Ben Affleck is no one's favorite. Oh, Rom Space Knight. I'm sorry, I was misreading that. I was like, what? Anyway, yeah. Daredevil. Supposedly the TV show is really good. The Netflix show is really good. I haven't watched it yet. I kind of almost wanted to like the movie. Yeah, I am paying attention to the road. Trying to, anyway. I almost wanted to like the Daredevil movie. I liked the idea of a Daredevil movie. I liked Jennifer Garner as Elektra, kind of. It was almost there. I really enjoyed Bullseye. What's his freaking name as Bullseye? He was hilarious. I wanted it to be good. I hoped for it. I had the best intentions for it, and it just kind of dropped off the cliff and failed for me. So there's that. So anyway, what else was really awesome? What other comic books? Of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Heroes in a Half Shell. I actually got to meet Kevin Eastman. Got to meet him at not Comic-Con, WonderCon. Got to meet Kevin Eastman at WonderCon this past April. Really cool guy. I was really starstruck. He sees me there, and I've just got a stack of old comics. And he's like, "You're gonna sell these, aren't you?" I'm like, "Hell no, I'm not gonna sell these. These are mine." Damn it. Because I mean, they were original, like first handful of issue Archie comic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he was like, "Where did you get these?" And I'm like, "I bought them at KB Toys in the 1980s." And he was just like, "Holy crap, dude, you're not selling these." I'm like, "No, you can personalize these. I don't care. They're mine." So this is just an amazing opportunity to meet the guy who's responsible for this and bringing it to my life, because Turtles was a huge part of my childhood. I was obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid, and had all the figures and everything. It was just great. Walking Dead. Walking Dead does count as a comic graphic novel, so it does count. Not read it. I haven't even watched the TV show, so I can't really speak to Walking Dead. So, but I understand it's good, or at least it was. Adventure Time has a comic book, so Adventure Time could count. So in that case, probably Marceline. She's kind of my favorite character on Adventure Time. Either Marceline or Princess Bubblegum. Like, I go back and forth them because they're fun to watch. Their relationship is just fun to kind of try to like dive into. I haven't watched all of it, so I don't know what's going on there. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, because it's a little late over there, isn't it? Hello, Elon. So, what else are we missing? Oh, Gen 13! Good grief, why not Gen 13? Who read Gen 13 back in the day? Loved Gen 13. You know, it's kind of this like, it was sort of like this response to X-Men. I kind of like Gen 13 better than I did X-Men. I guess it's probably because of the time I was reading it and the way Gen 13 was drawn. Yeah. So love me some Gen 13. The Max. Speaking of, the Max was freaking brilliant. I want to get the whole series of the Max. I think it's in a graphic novel now. I think there's in a trade paperback. I want to grab it and just have the whole series because it was sort of a one-time deal, just a one-shot deal. Oh man, the Max, it's just psychological, you know, great ideas. You harken back to the old Tarzan comics, and it just had this really interesting sort of feel to it. The animated series really did it justice, and that was done so well. MTV animation back when MTV was good. What's happening, Sean? That's Sean Springle, everybody, fellow YouTuber. Go ahead and plug your channel, Sean, if you want to. But yeah, Sean's one of my crazy Kanaka stannies that I have a good time with on the social medias. Deborah says the Max was too far for me. Yeah, it was a little far out. That's okay. God, I love the Max. Just a fun series. Yeah, Sean, we're talking about comics today. I don't know if you're a big comic guy, but I seen you wearing that Superman hat. So tell us about your favorite comic books, and/or superheroes. And we can kind of cheat a little bit if you want to go into the movies or whatnot. But anyway, whew, oh boy, I'm getting lightheaded. I'm talking too much and not breathing enough. I need more oxygen. Speaking of Space Ghost, who doesn't love a little Space Ghost? Especially when he went coast to coast. Dark Knight graphic novel, The Dark Knight, yes. Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight Strikes Back. I'm trying to remember which one was which. I know they're both Frank Miller, but one was like really dark and one was like super parody. And I love them both. Oh, Max is too dark for you. Okay, well, it's all right. To each his own. Some people like the bright comics, some people don't. I like a little bit of both. I don't mind an Archie comic every once in a while. Speaking of, Archie was an interesting character, Archie Andrews. I was more of a fan of Jughead Jones, though. Jughead just had that like comic sensibility to him. I liked the fact that Jughead sort of existed in a world. He was like Deadpool. He kind of existed. He had the superpower to realize that he was in a comic book world, which is what I love about Deadpool. Which is, I guess, where all of his humor comes from. Oh man, Deadpool's a really fun character. Jughead Jones. You guys, I hate to break it to you, but we're getting close to the end of the freeway here. Spawn's. I was never really into Spawn. I just wasn't into that scene. But I liked the stuff that was kind of around the same time period, same sort of idea, but yeah, just never got into Spawn. Yeah, I gotta go. I got a quarter mile before my exit here, so y'all feel free to continue the conversation in the comments there. I'll check back with you guys a little bit later. We got some supper plans tonight, so I don't know how active I'm going to be in the comments, but we're here every Wednesday, 5 o'clock, thinking about moving over to a YouTube Live. If you've got the YouTube app, be sure and subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/The Airborne Surfer. You can search Airborne Surfer on YouTube. You'll find it there. Yeah, hit me up on the YouTubes. This replay will be available next Wednesday as well. My name is Atari. It's been fun. I'll see you guys next week here on the Freeway Forum. Be sure to check me out on the social medias. You got me here on the Facebook. I'm also on Twitter at AirborneSurfer. And of course, youtube.com/The Airborne Surfer. And everything is accessible through AirborneSurfer.com. Thank you all for joining me here. I'll see you guys in the comments. And until next time, tally ho, y'all.